Hey everyone, and welcome to CommanderCast episode 310. We're your weekly source for community, strategy, and technology, hosted on our home site, commandercast.com. This week, with me, as always, is Adam. Adam, how goes it?
How's it going? It goes.
This is a high-energy podcast today. So
yeah, I mean, you know, it's like coming down Sunday, right?
yeah, that's a yeah, that's one way to put it. I don't know, Adam. It snowed this morning, and I'm very anti-snow, particularly on the weekends. So I don't like having to shovel.
It did not snow here. Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't mean I get out of work
on my lawn, actually.
I don't know. I guess I would like that better. I don't know. But then I would live in Florida, and
yeah, let's not even.
Yeah, that's fine. So this week, ladies and gents, we are going to talk about some hipstery topics. It's all right. We're going to get into it. Yeah. We're going to cover some Portal 3 Kingdom stuff and strategy and technology. And we're going to talk about some community news and some new announcements with the Valentine's Day mini announcement. I don't know how many this was. They announced like 5 different things. So
yeah, it was weird. I mean, and all the announcements were very short. So I liked it because I like to hear about new products and stuff. But I almost wish they would have waited until they were able to tell us a little bit more.
Rather than just like the names of the products?
Right. Or like, hey, months and months and months in advance, give me like one spoiler of a new card that they developed.
Yeah. Like whatever.
Cool.
Yeah. Like, what is that? Like
slightly hyped and then wait until pre-release, until the spoiler season for all the rest of it.
Sure. Yeah. I like that. What's the newest? Is that like Magic 25 or Iconic 25, whatever's coming out now? With it.
Masters 25, I think, is the next set to come out.
There we go, Masters 25. Yeah, so, you can give me 4 spoilers, 3 of which are good. So, I mean, we have 3. No, we have 4. They spoiled Murder.
Oh, that's right. They did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yay, Murder came out.
I mean, you know what? Like, they need common reprints to make it a draftable set.
They do. They did.
And Murder is a decent one to put in there, and it's from a core set because the whole thing is supposed to be that they're reprinting at least one card from every set in Magic's history.
Oh, really? Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you grab something from a core set, Murder's not a bad one to grab.
Sure. Like, if they were going to pick one from Kamigawa, like, Azusa's a good pick. I like that. If they're going to pick one from Phyrexia, like, we already got the Praetor Cycle again. So, yeah, go with, Phyrexian Obliterator. That's a pretty cool one. So, yeah. All right. I look forward to talking some smack about the other picks. So, that's fine. And
we'll see, right?
But, yeah, Murder's a perfectly fine card. It's a nice little budget thing, I guess. So,
I'm really interested to see what they pick from some of the really old sets. Like, what do you pick from the Dark? And what do you pick from Arabian Nights? And, the
Antiquities pick is going to be interesting. I mean...
Right.
I mean, it can't be on the reserved list, right? So we're narrowing our options significantly.
It's not going to be rare.
Yeah. And they,
I mean, like from Antiquities, they might just reprint Tron.
Sure, that wouldn't be terrible,
right? I mean, reprint those at Uncommon or something like that. They see play all over the place. They're not expensive. So they're not going to be worth a ton, but it gives you a chance to do new art for them, have them in the newer, updated borders. Why not?
Like, when was the last time those got reprinted? 9th edition, I think. So, yeah, it's probably about that time.
I mean, it's definitely been a while, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. I remember they were in 8th edition for sure. Maybe they were in 9th. I don't know. As long as they don't do the original art, I'm not a huge fan of the original Tron art. It's just kind of meh. I mean,
it depends on which art, right? Because there's like 4 different arts.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a huge fan of any of the arts though for the original.
Oh,
they're like, they're all right, I guess. They always kind of remind me.
Yeah, I
guess I know. They always kind of remind me of like those. You ever go into like a a mom and pop diner and you see like the bland artwork on the wall? Like, that's kind of what that reminds me of. I'm not a huge fan.
The glowing bumblebee butt reminds you of art in a diner.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's the weirdest art I've ever seen at a diner in Jersey, for sure. Like, that's definitely...
Well, I mean, there's also 8 billion diners in Jersey.
Exactly. So, yeah, And see, like, that's what I think you should, like, you shouldn't really call it the Garden State anymore. You should really call it the Diner State. Like,
Diner State.
If there really is one thing I think Jersey specializes in, it's diners. So
yeah, fair enough.
You know, I mean, you can get them in New York, you can get them in Connecticut, but really, I think Jersey's perfected that dining perfection. So yeah. So with that, our culinary critiques aside, folks, keep up with the conversation on Facebook and Twitter, and then stick with us after the interstitial here, and we will jump right into community with more info about our Valentine's Day mini announcements. I fucking announced anything.
You did, yeah. It was important.
There we go. I announced the fact that we're talking about the announcements. So it's like a meta announcement. Whoa. Stick with us. Oh, yeah, I guess this is going to be kind of quick because we just kind of talked about them all. But, hey, all right.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't touch base on all of them, but yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. In community, ladies and gentlemen, we have community announcements from the mothership. So, first and foremost, because, you know, we do kind of talk about EDH on the podcast, and not always just diners in Jersey. Commander 2018 is coming out.
Yeah.
Shocker that was going to happen.
I mean, I don't think there's any shock that we got another Commander set, because my understanding is they've sold very well.
Seems to.
And I personally think that they're a decent product for the most part. I mean, there's been ups and downs, but...
I was a big fan of the last few sets, so, you know, I was probably... I don't know, one of these days we should probably just do this as a show and just rank them all, right? Like,
ooh, that's not bad, yeah.
Rank the releases. I think my top is either going to be the monocolored or the four-colored. It's hard.
Well, we should just rank the decks as a whole.
I mean, yeah, sure, you know, Gahiji's in there somewhere. I know everyone likes Marath, but I'm salty.
Well, I was going to say, Marath was fine. The Marath deck was pretty bad.
Also true. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. We should do this for a show. Why the fuck are we talking about this now? Oh, all right. Stop stealing our ideas, Internet. So the Commander 2018 set, it looks to be, from the short amount of info that we can glean from this page, it looks like they're doing the 4-deck thing again. And it looks to be centered around Planeswalkers.
Yeah. I think the 4-deck thing, it makes a lot of sense. Like, I understand why we were on the 5-deck thing for a while, because and color combinations and things like that. And so you're kind of forced into 5. Play groups are, you know, most pods optimally are 4 players.
Sure.
And so I think 4 different decks is the best way to be.
Well, also with the 5 decks, we usually got 4 decent ones and 1 shitty one. So
yeah, I mean,
you know, so like,
it also makes it a little easier for them to develop, obviously.
Yeah, and I like that. That's fine. You know, like, if you're going to do that, I'm totally fine with cutting out 1 deck to get like 4 solid decks, you know, out of it. I'm totally fine with that.
Now, the interesting thing is, it does lead you to think that there's going to be Planeswalkers.
Well, yes. It says focus around powerful Planeswalkers. I would imagine we're going to get another, like, you can play this Planeswalker as your commander type deal.
So I'm wondering if you do, and if you do, are we getting reprints of some past ones, some of which are very good, or are we going to get new ones and hopefully in interesting color combinations? Like, are we going to see an Esper Planeswalker?
I would imagine you would have to do that, right? Because otherwise, yes, you could probably have reprints, and I imagine there will be reprints that get stuck into the decks here and there.
Sure.
You know, like you're going to get the Fairy reprint, or, you know, whatever, Nahiri reprint. But because there's only 4 decks, like, you would have to go multicolor, I would imagine. You know?
Well, I mean, the original ones were monocolor.
Right, but there were 5. So you had one for the color.
Yeah.
So now I would imagine you'd have to do at least, like, partner or opposing colors. I don't know. I'd like to see a more opposing color Planeswalkers. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know,
I hope they really just try to build around, like, archetype. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we're going to build a group hug one, and we're going to build a, you know, like, burn one or a mill one or something like that. Design a Planeswalker that goes with that archetype, and then just build the deck. You know, and whatever colors it ends up being is whatever colors it ends up being.
Sure, that makes sense too. I mean, the other ones, like, I know people hate it when I, like, shit on Freya, for instance, but, like, Freya is just such a, like, vanilla green Planeswalker. Like, it just does green things. Freyalise, there we go. Why am I saying Freya?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about...
you were thinking Norse mythology.
I was. Actually, I really was, because, I was playing Valkyria Profile earlier today, so that's really why. But because I'm old. So anyway, yeah, so, like, Freyalise is just kind of generic. Like, she does the things that Green Planeswalkers do. I think she's a great utility walker because of that. Like, I definitely use her in some decks. Yeah, I'm not to denigrate her. Like, she works fine. I would probably still take original Garrick over her. But she's still good. And that said, like, there are other planeswalkers. Like, Teferi doesn't really do blue things. Like, Teferi's a ramp commander, really. Teferi's so good. Yeah, I'm still surprised I don't see more of him around somewhere. Like, you can just slot him into any kind of deck.
Well, I want to say that he got expensive, like, real quick.
Why would that not surprise me? Because it's Commander. So, well, not Commander, because it's a short or small print set. Probably didn't pick it up. Although no one picked up that goddamn, that blue one.
Oh, no, he's only $11.
Yeah, so not terrible. And no one really liked that blue deck for some reason. I love that deck. I thought
it was fine. I mean, I ended up playing the black one during that set, but no, the blue one was absolutely fine.
Yeah. What's original Teferi going for? What? Original Teferi is a $2 card now.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, from Iconic Masters.
It was in Iconic Masters.
Yeah, that is bananas.
Well, that's another card I need to pick up.
Yeah, and now the original is $8. So I would totally take the From the Vault Legends art on that one though. Pretty ballin'.
I'll take any of them.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from those types of things. Commander 2018. I guess I'm excited for Planeswalkers. I don't really give that much of a damn about Planeswalkers and Commander, but I will look forward to the decks, and obviously I will play them. So
yeah, I mean, it's a little early for me to have any kind of excitement for it, just because it's a product that I feel like we knew we were going to get, and they've done the Planeswalker thing before, so I'm not like, but it's hopefully it'll be really cool. I've enjoyed the Commander products in general every year, so I expect that I will do the same this year.
Yay! There's some really strong opinions on our side about a very
I mean, like, what are we gonna?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, no, I'm not throwing shade at you. I'm just saying, like, there's really not much to say about it, and
right,
and speaking of not much to say about it, yay! Commander Anthology Volume 2 got spoiled too, which is coming out before.
I am completely not like. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it might be neat to see some reprints to see, like, who's the target audience of this, right? Like, I mean, I remember Andy and the gang talking about this many, many moons ago when the first Commander Anthology came out. Who is the target audience for this?
Right. Like, I mean, I guess the target audience for this is somebody who has recently gotten into Commander. Maybe they got into Commander with Commander 2017, and some of the older Commander decks and some of the cards from the older Commander decks are expensive, and you just want to kind of like grab a collection on the run. I think that's the target audience. It seems like a very niche audience.
I don't even know. This seems even more niche to me than what was the 4 decks in 1 product, Commander product that came out, had Kali, a reprint in it, had Marin. You know what I mean? That was like a year or two ago. Anyway, like that seems
Arch Enemy one?
No, it wasn't the Arch Enemy one. Anyway, this is some listener out there is like screaming and slamming things on a deck somewhere. Anyway, like Commander Anthology Volume 2, I feel like is really just for people who want to pick up, I don't know, like maybe some foil copies of some cards that haven't been in foil before.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They'll probably like foil out some of the... Oh, was it Commander's Arsenal?
Yes. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. The one where Kali was foil. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is also that. Like, if they do, like the Aloro deck and it's a foil Aloro, I mean, like there are people who are going to want to get their hands on those cards.
Yeah, I think this is what it was. I mean, I remember the original draw for the original Commander Anthology was like, ooh, they can pick up Azusa in foil,
Right.
Or something like that.
That was in Arsenal, yeah.
Well, what the heck was the Anthology then? Okay, maybe I'm confusing my fucking... I'm like... I am confusing. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. Adam, just save me from this. I don't remember what product is what anymore.
Commander Anthology, depending on the decks that they put in there, I would say no. I mean, if it's all nothing but money decks, sure, but it's $165. I can't imagine what's going to be so great in that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be 4 decks full of things. They're going to be... I mean, I would imagine they'd reprint the entire deck at that point, right? And sure, like, as long as nothing from Commander 2013 came out, except maybe the Allura deck, I suppose, because people like Allura. I don't know. Long story short, I will not be buying this, but maybe if people crack it open and sell some singles, I might pick up something. I don't know. I wouldn't even... Yay.
So, yeah.
That happened.
In other news, there's this Planeswalker card that sees some play, not a whole lot of play in EDH. It's called Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Oh, fine. Tell us about your awful Jace card. Oy.
Well, he was like $50 or like $60. Like he was kind of getting on the low end of things. And then they unbanned him in Modern and put him in Masters 25. And foils are like 300 and regulars are like 150.
Adam, why do people like this card so much?
Why do people like this card? I think it's a playable card.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's a playable card. I just don't, as primarily a commander player, I don't really give that much of a shit about Jace the Mind Sculptor.
I mean, it's definitely playable in Commander. It is not as strong in Commander. The only thing that's great about Jace the Mind Sculptor in Commander is you can guarantee that you bait out some kind of spell.
Yes, definitely.
Because people are still so afraid of it because it's very good in so many other formats that if you want to like get rid of their Dreadbore or get rid of their counterspell or something, just cast Jace.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if you want to bait out a Vindicate, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I don't know. There are worse things you could do with 4 mana.
No, I mean, I use it. Yeah, I use it in some decks too.
Sure. It's
mostly like Stormy type decks.
Sure.
Because the free Brainstorm every turn is pretty good.
Free Brainstorm every turn is really good. I think, honestly, that's probably the best. Like, I like the bounce, too. The bounce is nice.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
The Fate Seal is not going to really get there in a multiplayer format.
Yeah, not so much. You know, it's the thing. I don't know.
I'm not going to try and build Lantern Control in Commander.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Probably for the best, I think. Yeah.
I kind of want to, but I don't think I can make it work.
Yeah, maybe don't. I don't know. Honestly, I'm more excited about the next announcement.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I have trepidation.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we should just say it. So this is just a 2-product set. It's going to introduce 2 new Planeswalkers. It's going to be 2 60-card decks. They were originally designed by a team of Chinese artists, writers, and folklorists to explore a new branch of magic lore rooted in Chinese aesthetics and mythology. This is from the announcement of a global set. I'm going to horribly mispronounce. This is going to be the theme of the day, me horribly mispronouncing these things. Jiang Yangu and Mu Yang Lin. Okay. Is about as close as I can get, and I apologize.
Yeah, probably fine, yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for butchering that, I'm sure. But it seems kind of neat. I don't know. It's a thing.
Yeah. So 2 new Planeswalker decks. Here's my fear with that. Like first of all, from a like lore, expanding the universe, all that kind of stuff perspective, great. That sounds awesome. You know, like I think that we were never going back to wherever Portal 3 Kingdoms was supposed to be because realistically, Portal 3 Kingdoms was actually China.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's it's based on Romance of the 3 Kingdoms. Like that's literally
right,
China.
Exactly. So, I mean, it was based on a lot of real people from China. So yeah, I mean, we're not likely to see that. They've already said that they're like not going back to, and I know that China and Japan are not the same place, but we're not going back to Kamigawa anytime soon. But I think that people want some kind of Asian mythology mixed in things, or I'm sorry, East Asian mythology. And I think this is a good way to kind of test the waters there, and so I'm excited to see if we can, kind of do that. That said, I expect these to be a lot like the regular Planeswalker decks that we get now.
Not very good.
Yeah, I mean, the Planeswalkers might be worth some amount of money only because they're only available in those decks, but they're probably not going to be very good.
I mean, not to put on my incredibly cynical hat, but are we just getting this because there's 1 billion people in China?
I mean, look, you know what? If you're probably somewhat right, and I'm okay with that.
I mean, yeah, naked capitalism aside, like the Chinese gaming market is huge, right? So I would imagine
if Wizards is like, hey, we need 1 billion more customers potentially. Let's put this out in China. Well, okay.
Yeah. Like, let's put something out to appeal to those people.
Yeah.
I'm sure. That's totally fine by me. I get it. I mean, it might be kind of cool to see. Like, I just like mythology in general, so I just think it's kind of neat that they would. I don't know. I'm more excited from that to see from the aesthetics point of view, like what they're going to do with it.
Right. I just don't want it to be like my worst nightmare of that world would be what they did to Indian mythology in Kaladesh.
Oh, you mean like naked cultural appropriation?
No, I mean like doesn't even like scratch the surface of how deep and rich and interesting that mythos can be.
Well, how about this? I am slightly more. I have to couch this in like layers of caveats, but I am more confident that they will do a good job, or at least a more appropriate job with this one, because it is led by a team of Chinese writers and artists.
I believe that they brought a whole bunch of consultants on for Kaladesh too.
Yeah, consultants I think are a little bit different than writers, artists, and folklorists. I mean, I don't know. It said that they were originally designed by a team of Chinese artists, writers, and folklorists, right?
Right.
Which is different than Kaladesh.
True, and I hope it comes out awesome. Because I would like us to actually get full sets there, or even a commander set or a conspiracy set or something like because conspiracy set in China.
I mean,
see, conspiracy set. The next conspiracy set being in Japan, I feel like we get ninjas.
I'm down with ninjas. I'm fine.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Bring back some of the old. What are those the planes? Not planes walking. What planes? Something? What the fuck? Why doesn't my brain work today, Adam? The goddamn planes cards that you had, you traverse to other planes. I'm trying to use not the word planes walking.
Plane chase.
Yes, plane chase. Jesus fuck, I couldn't remember the name of that. So anyway, why don't you just do plane chase again? We got some ninjas. We got some dope ass ninjas out of that, and some good reprints out of that deck. Yeah. That was great. I mean, I don't
think people liked plane chase very much.
Well, why are people wrong? Fuck that. Plane chase was great for Commander. I don't know. I like
Plane Chase had some good cards for Commander. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. I don't think people liked the format of Plane Chase very much.
Oh, well, whatever. I don't know. It was better in Arc Enemy. So
yes.
Yeah. I mean, all right, let's set up some ankle high bars here. But long story short, I am more confident that the global series, these two new Planeswalkers and the I don't want to call it the Chinese themed deck, the Chinese design deck, I guess.
I think that it's
for the Chinese
supposed
market.
To be Chinese themed, off that lore and culture. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that they're Chinese themed.
Yeah, I don't know. Themed seems more like, I don't know why I'm articulating this out loud, but themed seems more like what they did and what the complaints were about Kaladesh, rather than like actually designed by Chinese nationals.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'm probably cutting the verbal pie a little thin on that one. But anyway, I am cautiously optimistic for that, and it also makes for a good segue for what we're going to talk about this week. I did not actually know about this announcement before I suggested we talk about Portal 3 Kingdoms.
No, I know, which is interesting that it just kind of worked out that way.
Was actually the genesis of me talking about Portal 3 Kingdoms was reading a bunch of really shitty reviews. Good, well-written reviews about a shitty game, Dynasty Warriors 9. Which happens to take place and use the same characters as Portal 3 Kingdoms. So,
actually, all of the Dynasty Warrior games.
Yeah, right. So, let us, in the next two segments, dive into the EDH uses and, I don't know, the totally price-blind recommendations for Portal 3 Kingdoms in strategy when we come back. So stick with us, folks, and we'll talk about some P3K madness. Bring your checkbook. Yay, strategy. And as promised this week, folks, in strategy and in technology, we're going to talk about some Portal 3 Kingdom stuff. So,
yeah.
P3K, overall, what is your opinion of P3K as a set, Adam?
As a set, I loved the flavor. Like, every time I look through these cards and I see, like, you know, these figures that, you know, existed or were supposed to have existed, etc., you know, I love it. I think it was awesome. I like the fact that they were designing, you know, a Portal set that had a little bit more flavor than, like, I mean, the original Portal or the original, what was it, Starter?
Yeah.
The one with the star on it, right? From like 99 or something like that.
Yeah, the really bad set.
Yeah, you know, like those were kind of like punted attempts that didn't have necessarily bad cards in them. But at like a beginner set. And I think that Portal 3 Kingdoms really did a good job. They had a lot of, you know, decently powerful cards. They kept the complexity to somewhat of a minimum. Great flavor, some very nice art. I think it was an okay set. Unfortunately, the way that it was printed, the way that it was released, et cetera, led us to Portal 3 Kingdoms is unneededly expensive.
Yes, and that is almost exclusively due to scarcity, right?
Right,
like, there's no other reason why these things... I mean, most of the cards, you'll notice, like, I don't know, Portal 3 Kingdoms, I believe, had 200-something cards. We've cut it down to maybe 40, I think, tops.
Right.
Those of which that are playable. Like, most of them are either functional reprints of other cards that existed at the time, or have functional reprints now, and there's not much reason to play them. There are
those
few
functional
exceptions.
Reprints, you know, like being able to have access to temporal manipulation or something like that is pretty, you know, is pretty sweet. You know, I like having those functional reprints, but they're super expensive.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it works the other way too, right? I mean, sometimes there's just there are neat cards that I kind of like because, like, I don't know, borrowing 100,000 arrows is a dope ass name for a card, but it does the same thing as Theft of Dreams, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, it's a cool card. But it's like, there's no reason, you know, there's no real reason to own it unless you want to go for that. If you're going for a theme, or I don't know, you just like dope names for cards. So anyway, we will get into that, but we're going to start off talking about the Portal 3 Kingdoms commanders, of which there are a redonkulous amount too. God, like every other thing was legendary in this set. And, you know, I cut them down to a list of ones that I think are playable. Some are more so than others, and some are just kind of neat. And some of them I do legit play. Like, I do play a few cards out of this, or a few commanders out of this, and some of them go into 99, I think, better than as commanders. But we're going to go through them in alphabetical order and tackle them here and there as we see fit.
And I do want to say ahead of time that I don't believe that either of us speak any form of Chinese.
No, so we're just going to butcher this.
We're going to do our best based on things that maybe we've heard or understand of the phonetics, but we're probably going to mess up the pronunciation on a couple.
Oh yeah, like real bad. So I apologize ahead of time. You know what I keep looking for? This is a slightly related birdwalk. All right, like I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I would love to get a really good audio rendition of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, not just because it's an enormous sprawling epic, but like I want to know how to pronounce the names, or at least as close as I possibly can in English.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and like sometimes that really helps. Like there's a really good God, I'm gonna forget the name of the author, but there's a really good history of Afghanistan and of Islam in general. That helps because I can't, like, you know, like looking at them on the page, I know I'm going to horribly mispronounce those names because I don't speak that language, and that really helps, you know. So I don't know, listeners. If anybody, this is a random ask, but if anybody knows of a good audio rendition of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, man, send it my way. I should probably just listen to a couple of Let's Plays, I suppose, from actual players of Dynasty Warriors, but then I would have to watch people play Dynasty Warriors. And
I like playing those games, but
they are stupid in fun ways, so I'm not down with them. I'm not anti-Dynasty Warriors, but how about this? I am pro Cao Lord of Wei. How about that?
All right.
Cao Lord of Wei is 3 colorless and 2 black. He's a legendary creature, human soldier. He's a 3/3, and his ability is super simple. Just tap him, target opponent discards 2 cards. Activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've built this and I wrote an article on this.
Oh, really?
For Tapped Out, yeah. It's not good, and it's mostly not good just because of that second sentence.
Yeah.
Because you can actually do a lot of, I mean, telling somebody to discard 2 cards is pretty big. Things like illusionist bracers and stuff like that. Like, he can be, pretty powerful, but he costs 5. You can't use it at instant speed. It's just shy of being good.
Yeah, it's funny that you have that little caveat at the end there, because that a lot of Portal 3 Kingdoms has that, like, declare only.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do this thing, whatever this ability is, only before attackers are declared, and sometimes only on your turn, which even further limits it. I mean, if you were going to build the discard deck and you're going mono black, like, you would just do Greel, right? Like Greel the Mindbreaker.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he's just better.
And Mind Twist every turn is pretty alright.
Yeah, that's much better. I mean, I do play Cow in a couple of decks, particularly because the From the Vault Cow is like $2. So,
yeah. Very available.
Yeah, and like of Portal 3 Kingdoms rares, like he's $11 in the original, and mostly because, again, just like Adam said, he's not particularly good. But I really like him. Like, I put him in some janky discard decks, which might also have some untapped shenanigans. So yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Next up, we have Dao Chan Artful Beauty, 3 and a red for a 1/1 human advisor. And you can tap her to destroy target creature of your choice, then destroy target creature of an opponent's choice. Also activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. Again, I mean, I hate that caveat, but it's not as bad here. Sure. I think this feels to me a lot like, hey, everybody want to gang up on these other people? Like you can make a lot of deals with this.
Sure, this is a very political card, right?
Right. Which I like, and I don't like. Again, I mean, we're like slightly off of being good. It's got that second sentence that's like meh, and it costs 4 for a 1/1, which is real meh. But the ability is great. The ability itself is fantastic. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody play this, but I think it's a little too political for most games. I wasn't in the game, but I have seen someone play a Dio-Chan deck in the real before. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it looked kind of neat, but it also kind of played like I don't know. You ever seen anybody play like a Wrath of Stark deck? Or maybe Stark of Wrath?
I have not, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, and that it kind of plays like that. Like, it's kind of some, randomy stuff, a little political he plays, you're kind of donating some annoying things here and there. Wasn't particularly powerful. That person did not win that game.
Right.
I think there's better things to do in mono red, but it's kind of neat. I don't know.
Right.
You don't often get a just straight up destroy effect in mono red. So,
Yeah, I mean, that is uncommon. I mean, there's only a couple cards that do that, so.
Yeah. How does this work in multiplayer, Adam? It just says of an opponent's choice. It doesn't.
Yeah, so your teammate is obviously not your opponent.
Sure.
And you can choose a different opponent than the person whose creature you destroyed.
Ah, okay. I want to make sure because I am not smart, and I want to make sure I did not say that out loud because that seems like the way this is printed because it does not say like that player chooses. It just says an opponent.
You're essentially targeting a creature for your destruction, and then more or less you're targeting any opponent to trigger this second piece.
Yeah.
So you have to choose any other opponent. So.
Interesting. I would say this ability goes down significantly in value if you're in a 1v1.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Yeah, like maybe never do this.
I mean,
so unless you have a way to make everything indestructible, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to like have any other stats, basically, like a 1/3, a 1/4, like
the stats are your issue with this card, really?
3/1. Yeah, I mean, I just because like the stats to cost ratio is just real off.
I mean, I guess, but that's not... I mean, for cards that have a powerful ability, that's not too crazy, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's the same reason why I have a hard time sometimes playing Hell's Caretaker. Like, 4 mana for a 1/1 is just
really
real bad.
Maybe that's just the inner Johnny in you. You're just like, man, you just can't. So I have no problem playing ridiculously expensive things. The only time it gets to me maybe is like Gigantomancer, and I'm like, well, I can still make it big. So, do I want to pay 8 for a 1/1? I guess I can make him a 7/7. So I guess I just have to invest more mana. So, all right. So that's Diochan. I suspect there are cool things to be done with Diochan. It's like one of those things I look at and I'm like, card. I don't understand how to break you, but I believe there's a way. So I don't know. I look forward to that. The next one is a ridiculously expensive card. Probably never buy it. But Dong Zhao, the Tyrant, is first of all, I don't know why I like the art. It's like very Saturday morning cartoon. So I guess I'm going to
He's very, very maniacal and menacing.
Like, this is something I think, I can't say for certain, was on like the old Nintendo Power cartoon, but I'm pretty sure he was a villain on that. Anyway, when Dong Zhao the Tyrant enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to that player, and he's a human soldier, 3/3 for 4 colorless and a red.
Yeah.
There are like much better ways to have a creature that opponent controls deal damage to itself. Like, there's just
there are. Yeah.
I
mean, like the cutest thing that I can think of to do here is like donate a Blightsteel and then play him.
Yeah, that is pretty cute. I like that.
But yeah, it's not that great. I don't think that the rate is very good. I mean, you've got a 3/3 and a kind of middling effect in most scenarios. Meh.
Yeah. I mean, to make him really good, I think you'd probably have to, I don't know, you'd have to somehow flash him in, Like, I could see, like, a sneak attack Dong Zhao, That would be kind of interesting, like, if someone was coming at you. I don't know. This one, I am less convinced that there's a cool thing out there to do. I'm pretty certain that Dong Zhao is what he says in the front of the box, so...
Yeah, it's
not so great.
Not worth the $65, no.
No, definitely not. However, I would say the next card is pretty neat because I play this card and I like it.
Do you? Okay, so the next one is Hua Tuo, Honored Physician. He is a 1/2 for 1 green, legendary creature human. He has no job, by the way. He's just human.
He's just human. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have a doctor? Really? You can't, like, all the jobs. You can't even make him an advisor?
Well, I mean, you would think, like, cleric, right? Is that what...
Yeah, there we go.
Like,
okay.
are?
Yep. No, not so much.
I don't know. Anyway. He has tap, put target creature card from graveyard on top... from your graveyard on top of your library. And then, again, activate it on your turn before declare attackers. I like it and I don't. Like, I think it's actually fairly costed.
Yep.
1/2 for 3. Like, okay, with relevant ability. The timing of the ability, again, I friggin' hate. Because this is like directly after your draw step, you're setting up and just telegraphing your next turn so hard. I hate things that just go on top of library unless I have a lot of strong card draw going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's definitely some downsides, but it is a green thing that just keeps bringing creatures back, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, how about this? I don't know if this is going to sell this anymore, right? So, I've been looking at and trying to include Sunbird's Invocation in more decks.
Okay. I see where you're going.
So, there we go. Like, if we put the Hu Tao in a Gruul deck, right? And then we put stuff on top. We've got Sunbird's Invocation out, and we're tossing out some stuff. Like, then I think he gets significantly better.
You're
walking down a few steps to get that, but
the idea that I had was walking down maybe even more steps. I was like, you could put it in Sidisi, and then put your Stinkweed Imp back on top of your library, and then attack with Sidisi and make sure that you trigger it.
True. Yeah. I mean, there are definitely other things you could do with it, right? Like,
I mean, Lurking Predators, obviously, like you're going to guarantee yourself a trigger for that. What else does like Domri raid? You can set that up.
Yeah, you're set. Like, I think he's kind of neat for setting up goofy things like this. I play him in an all beasts deck.
Okay.
And I'll set up, stupid things with him. Lurking predators being the big one.
But it's not all beasts. You have a human in there.
Yeah, well, he's like a beast ally, I guess. A beast tender. I don't know. So it's a something. It's also
he doesn't even have a job. He got fired from the zoo. Can't have him.
Sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to do then, Hutal. You're out, I guess. So, I don't know. He's kind of neat. He's also 47 cents. So
yeah, I mean, absolutely. if you need some kind of recursion, you like some of those ideas of setting up those things. He ain't expensive.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I know why he's in the beast deck. Okay, so he got grandfathered into the beast deck because he was in the Marath deck, which was the shell of my beast deck. So from Commander 2013, like that was the deck he was in. So
yeah,
that's why I'm just not creative enough to replace him with something else. So all right.
Yeah.
But still kind of neat though. I like him. Of the commanders, I think he's definitely not the best, but he's playable, I would say. Next one, also I would say debatable, but I kind of want to throw her in the deck and see what goes on. Lady Sun, which is also the only one of this entire list I'm confident that I'm pronouncing correctly.
Yeah.
Lady Sun is very simple. She's a 1 colorless and 2 blue, 1/1. She's an advisor. She has a job. So what the hell, Huzel? Like, get off your ass, buddy.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Tap her to return Lady Sun and another target creature to their owner's hands. Activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. So, I like this in a bounce thing. I haven't actually tried her, but I kind of like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously depends. I could see it maybe in like a Vela deck.
Yes. Yep.
So you're bouncing 2 of your things, including her, so you can then replay things, and maybe you bounced a mana ward to your hand, so you can bounce one of their things, and you're getting the triggers off of Vela.
Yeah,
seems on the slow side. I mean, it's definitely very Rube Goldberg, but not bad.
I would put her actually in my Vela deck, which slowly became a different deck. But I also have Aether Vial. So, you put the 3 counters on Aether Vial, and then you put Lady Sun in,
Sure, yeah, okay.
You can kind of bounce 2 things.
I'm feeling that a little bit more, yeah.
You know what I mean? There are ways to get around this, and bouncing things back to their owner's hands, I like. I would put her in a Baron deck to bounce stuff. I think it's costed so that you could easily play her again without too much trouble, and then set some people behind. I kind of like it. I like Lady Sun. I want to give her a shot. If I wasn't so ridiculously cheap, I would pay the $22 for her. But
yeah, that's pretty up there for not that much value, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely the cost to benefit ratio here is not working out. And she's never likely to get any cheaper. So, but she might get reprinted. So you never know.
Yeah,
they have reprinted other ones from this list. Like the next one, which I'm kind of hoping will get a reprint because I'm definitely way too cheap to buy.
So next one is Lubu, Master at Arms. He's a 4/3 for 5 and a red. He has horsemanship. Oh, I'm sorry. He's a human soldier warrior. Soldier warrior. He's got both.
Yeah.
And he has haste and horsemanship. So, I mean, effectively, you're paying 6 for a hasty, unblockable creature. Let's just be honest. We don't have to go too deep into horsemanship. It's flying for this set, except for it's only in this set. So it basically just means unblockable.
Yep. I mean, haste and unblockable. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it costs 6 for a 4/3, though.
Yeah.
Dies to lightning bolt and everything else. I mean, for $10, I don't know. I think there's better options.
Yeah, I did realize that it's a pre-release event. I guess is the 2 printings there, which are the $10 ones.
Yeah,
the Portal 3 Kingdoms one was $23. I did not actually realize there was a pre-release event, so I might pick him up. Friend of the show from the stack, Aaron used to have a Lubu deck that he had built for someone that was pretty dope.
Right.
It was just, finding ways to flash him in and then, or He's got haste, you don't really have to flash him in, but putting in equipment on him, like you put out like Hero's Blade in him, like he's a 3-turn clock.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
So like I don't know why I'm like fascinated by this card.
I guess if you go Voltron with it because it has the unblockable already on it. So I mean, as long as you can like quick give it hexproof,
Yeah, like there are ways to just I don't know, like there's I can't remember the name of the card. You sacrifice a mountain to give a creature, like you sacrifice X mountains and give creature X, plus X plus O.
Oh, sure. Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's an instant, like I could see doing that and just quickly knocking people out of the game out of nowhere. I can see me path to exiling that guy right after you did that. Yeah. Oh, I can see me setting this up and then really dying and just getting wiped out the entire. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that would make me cry, but I would want to try this. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm down with some Lu Bu. I don't know if I'm down with Lu Su, though.
Lu Su, real bad. Sorry.
So, Lu Su, Woo Advisor, I know you're going to ask, like, why did you even bother to put this on this list? He's 3 colors and 2 blue. He's also a human advisor.
I got to stop you on, like, every line. All right, so 3 colorless and 2 blue. So 1 less than Arcanus. Gotcha.
Yep.
Go.
He's a 1/2. Yeah.
So way less than Arcanus.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's a 1/2 for 5.
Yep.
On your turn before you attack, you may tap Lusu to draw a card. So he's very specific. You can only do this a few times.
So one card as opposed to 3 from Arcanus.
Yep.
Right. Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah,
he's a human advisor. He's not a wizard, so you can't bounce him with like Arcane Laboratory like Arcanus.
Yeah, so
this card is hot trash.
maybe never play Lusu. So
Jesus, I was reading it and I was like, oh, it draws a card. That's not too bad. Like I'm just like
that is literally the only reason.
You've got my attention.
Yeah, that's the only reason he's on this list. Yeah. He's so bad. He's so bad in so many different ways.
I mean, the $18 is not even justified. Like, I don't care about the scarcity.
Like, I would not at a tenth of this price. You probably should not pay this. You should not play this card. I feel confident saying you should not play this card. But under any circumstances, I believe.
Right,
but not so for the next one. So.
Yeah, the next one's okay. Lushun, Scholar General.
It's pretty dope. I like this guy.
What's that?
I like this guy a lot. Play him in a couple decks.
Yeah. We have a player in our group that plays this guy. 2 blue for a 1/3 human soldier with horsemanship. So again, unblockable essentially. And whenever it deals damage to an opponent, does it just say damage? God. So you don't even have to deal combat damage. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You may draw a card. So yeah, I mean he's not bad. He's basically going to ping somebody and draw you a card every turn. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, and he's pretty cheap too. Like he's 30 cents.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, 30. I know.
Yeah.
How much is the original? Is the original actually?
Oh god, the original is $750. Yeah, he's actually been reprinted twice. So he got reprinted in the original Commander Anthology, and he was reprinted where I got him in Commander 2013. Because Commander 2013, for some weird reason, had a bunch of P3K. Like each deck got a P3K reprint.
I think people were complaining about the fact that everything was like going up, and they're not on the reserve list, so there's no reason to not reprint them. Yeah,
I mean that's fine. It was just kind of a weird like one-off. I'm not even complaining. About the ones they reprinted. Some of the ones are pretty neat, and Lu Xun is definitely pretty cool. Yeah, like you can do a lot worse than an unblockable dude who gives you a card. So,
but you could also do better, which I think we're going to with the next card.
Oh yeah, I love this card so much.
Yeah,
I've literally had people scoop when I put this card down.
Really?
Yeah, like I had a buddy. I mean, he was already
that's a bit aggressive.
Oh, it's way aggressive, and he's not that good. But it was like one of those things. You ever been in a game where like a person's lost a few games, they're already super salty, and they would probably like if you played a cantrip, they would bitch about you drawing a card. You know what I mean? And so I put this guy down. He's like, "Fucking horsemanship! What the fuck?" And he just like got up and left. It was great.
That's
so
awesome.
Sun Quan, Lord of Wu, I think is a winner just because of that. He's 4 colorless and 2 blue, 4/4 human soldier. Kind of makes me want to build like a blue soldiers deck because I think I probably could do it. And super simple creatures you control with horsemanship. So it's not even blue creatures.
Blue aggro, right?
I mean, he's in my blue aggro deck. I actually play a couple versions of him because he is, in addition to being fairly cheap, because his From the Vault Legends version is like $7, and it was like around $4 for a while when I picked up my copies. You can do a lot better than giving your entire team unblockable. Like,
you mean you could do a lot worse?
Yes, that's what I meant. Talking. There we go. He's really good.
I agree. I mean, like it basically just says, and it's not on a bad body. Like this again is one that's actually a decent rate. Like 6 mana for a 4/4, not the best rate I've ever seen, but it also comes with it and all other creatures you control are unblockable. That's pretty okay.
Yeah, that actually is worth mentioning too, because most of the time you get other creatures you control are unblockable. Nope, that's due too. So
yep. Yeah, no, this guy is totally playable, either as a finisher or at the head of a deck. I think it's a little too obvious sometimes at the head of a deck because, like people see that and they're like, okay, well, we're just not going to let that stick. Like they actually like save removal for that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you just put that like in your 99 and you're like, all right, I've got a whole bunch of dudes out. I'm going to play this guy and attack.
That is his surprise factor is, I think, the thing, he's got that Spanish Inquisition thing, right? Like no one ever sees him coming. Yeah. So I definitely think he's better in the 99. Although like I said, I would not put him in, I don't know, like any kind of just regular aggro deck. Where I saw him actually pull some pretty serious work was in a, oh God, who's that blue-white soldier of Miletus? He was in Theros. I only remember the city he was from.
You know
what I'm talking about, though.
Daxos.
There we go. Yeah, he was in a Daxos deck. And he pulled some serious weight in that deck. He was actually in, I don't know if it was like Soldier Tribal. I would, because I'm bad at this, I would probably build like Soldier Tribal with Daxos, like blue-white. But it was like a blue-white aggro deck. He did some serious work in that deck. But I mean, he would do serious work anywhere. Like that is just a great ability. So 100%, this one gets an unqualified like thumbs up from me. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, as does the next one. So.
God, the next one is all right.
You don't like
so
the
next one is
oh, come on.
Xiaodun.
That's about as close as I get. I think I get like Xiaodun. There's like Xiaodun.
I think it's a Xiao.
Yeah, it's SH.
Xiao.
Well, that's like an S. Yeah,
the one-eyed.
Xiaodun. That's about as close as I get.
Yeah, so legendary creature, human soldier, 3/2 for 2 black. He has horsemanship, and you can sacrifice him to return a black card from your graveyard to your hand, and you can only activate this on your turn during your attack. Or what? Why? What? He's a 3/2 with horsemanship. That's what I read.
No, he's so good, man.
What the hell else do you use this for?
So
stop.
No, I love Xiaodun. I will brook no negative thoughts about Xiaodun. I love this fucking card. I love everything from
$5. So everybody just get it out of your head.
I love everything from the fucking from the art to the ability to, and you know what? You can get the Judge gift special. The only reason I bought it over the summer, this past summer, for some reason, like the price dipped on the Judge promo. It dipped into like, because I would not have paid more than this. It was like $25 I picked this up for.
Sure, okay.
And only because I've always wanted it. Like I love the art. I love the character.
The art is very cool. Like I don't have a problem with that. But like, okay, give me a use case for this? Like when you just want to sack it because?
So the ability, I think, to just bring back any target black card from your graveyard to your hand is, if not unique, very rare. Like it's just any kind of card, right?
Sure.
Yep. So you can set up some stupid combos with this, with like, just goofy, if you want to like, I don't know, set up an infinite loop or do just other nasty, graveyard shenanigans with him. I'm not going to say that he's like a tier 1 deck. He's obviously not, but he's a very cool and very fun to play. So, I mean,
it regrowths color specific.
Yeah. But don't forget, you can only do it at certain times.
I don't understand. I don't get it at all. Yeah. This one is, I'm sorry, it's just completely lost on me. It's not good.
Okay. Now, I'm not smart enough to completely explain the loop here, but you can do some goofy shenanigans. I'll throw up a link to a really good primer for this.
All right. I mean, yeah, no. If there is a combo that I am unaware of, then
there's.
I guess
you can do goofy things with this and like weird old cards like Priest of Gix. And set up some infinite mana loops and just burn out tables. Okay, all right. Now you've got me a little bit more on board. I have to figure out how you. Again, I'm not smart enough to explain it here. I could play it out. But yeah, I have a deck that I just play like really mean shit in that I use Xiahou. And I really enjoy it. So there are ways you could do goofy things with this card, bouncing him back and forth to your hand and putting him back down, and it's a lot of fun. So he gets a big recommendation from me, apparently not from Adam. Does not.
Well, I mean, I don't know how it works yet, so it's
yeah. I'll throw up a good primer to him. I think he's fun. But the next card I think is way more self-explanatory. So is this my read? This is probably my read.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I have kind of always wanted to buy him, but I'm not paying $42 for Yuan Shao the Indecisive. I'm being indecisive about this card. So,
fair enough.
He's got Horsemanship. He's 4 colors and a red. So he's got Lubu cost, but not Lubu strength because he's only a 2/3. And each creature you control can't be blocked by more than one creature. So he's got Menace. No, he's got
reverse menace.
Yeah, he's got reverse menace.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean,
he's not worth $42. So
no, I don't think so at all. But definitely an interesting concept. I don't generally like these effects because I don't think most people are trying to, like the amount of times you're actually in combat where that's relevant are very few.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he's not.
So
I don't know. He's not going to be the thing to do, but I like it.
Yeah. It's okay, but it's not exciting.
Also true. Yeah. All right. So last one on the list is another one I know you're going to fucking hate. So
the last one is Zhuge Jin, Wu Strategist. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I'm sorry. It's 1 blue for a 1/1. Human advisor, and you can tap him to say target creature can't be blocked this turn. Activate this ability before attackers. Yeah. I mean, it's it's not much worse than like Rogue's Passage. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways to give something unblockable, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very necessary.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's all. I mean, I don't have much to say. It's an unblockable effect. There are a lot of them.
Also true. Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
Especially, how much does this dude cost? Yeah, for $24, probably not. So, you can make somebody unblockable. Would you pay $24 for that?
Yeah. No, I would not.
No, you should probably just buy Sun Yun. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing the other combo now. By the way.
Oh, the Xiahou.
It's just a living death combo.
Yeah, pretty much. But you can also do like funky Rings of Brightheart stuff too. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Anyway, not Sun Yun, Sun Quan. So yeah. So last word on Zhuge Jin. Just buy Sun Quan. So maybe lose.
Yeah, I mean, like. Out of all of these, I mean, like, if you really want to go for a discard deck, Cao is not that bad.
Yeah.
Daya-Chan is interesting. Hua Tuo is meh. And Sun Quan is great.
Yes. Sun Quan, I think, best of the lot here.
I think so. I mean, me personally, but, I don't usually try to find the best turd.
Jesus. All right, Adam. I mean, don't sugarcoat it, man. Tell me what you really think about these fucking cards.
No, actually, I think that card is definitely fine.
All right, and
I think it's definitely playable and can be very good sometimes.
Okay, you just need to come around on Xiahou. So, it's all right. Come over to the dark side.
That one, like, I really want to see it in action before I can really judge it. But I can see some of the potential now.
Okay, all right. I'm glad that you've come over to the light side. So, And with that, folks, we will wrap up the strategy segment, and we'll come back with some of our favorite tech from Portal 3 Kingdoms, some non-legendary people tech. So, stick around.
Yeah.
Adam, I have to warn you right now, there's going to be inappropriate jokes when we get to riding the D-League horse.
Oh, God. That car's amazing, too.
Yeah. I just want you to throw that out there. So
yeah, fair enough.
In technology this week, ladies and gents, we're going to round out our discussion of Portal 3 Kingdoms by talking about some of our favorite tech from this very niche set. In no particular alphabetical order. We're not going to talk about all of these, I don't think, because I don't think all of them warrant talking about. Unless, Adam, you really want to go through every single one.
I mean, we can go through... I mean, there's a lot of them that are reprints, so we can actually blow through some of those. Or that, like, have seen a lot of play. We could blow through some of them pretty quickly. It's up to you.
Okay, all right. I kind of like that one too. I think Portal 3 Kingdoms is such a niche set. It's fun to talk about some of them too. So, how about this? In that spirit, Ambition's Cost, pretty simple. Yeah, it's a nice card. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, Ambition's Cost. Yeah, I mean, it's Ancient Cravings, right?
Yeah, draw 3 cards, lose 3 life. Boom.
Right. I mean, like it sees play. I don't think it sees a ton of play, but it's fine.
Just got a reprint in last year's Commander set. So
yeah, so nice and cheap. I mean, if you're looking for something, they've been trying to push the Ancient Cravings and stuff like that for a while. So
yeah, it's fine. I mean, black gets things and then loses life. So yeah.
Next one is Balance of Power. So if target opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw equal to the difference for 5 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? I can't remember. Did 8th edition come out before Portal 3 Kingdoms? Because that's the other place this has been...
No idea.
I have no idea at the timing of that either. I don't know.
Yeah, that's... well, I mean, I can look at the bottom... No. The bottom of 8th edition cards apparently just has what the trademark time frame is, not when that card was made. So I have no idea.
Okay, so who cares? What do you think about Balance of Power, Adam?
I think you're probably not going to get value off of it as often as you need to include it.
If it was, would you still play it if it was like one more in an instant?
No.
No. How about if it was just an instant? At least it would get better. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh God, was it not an enchantment? Oh God, it's a sorcery? No, that's horrible. Never played it.
Okay.
Well, I thought it was like every turn. I missed that all. No, that's good.
No, crazy. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Next one we talked about before, but I just like it has one of the dopest names I think in Magic. I love it. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, is this mine? Is this my read? I fucked this up already. I'm 3 cards in and I fucked this up. Borrowing 100,000 arrows. Borrowing 100,000 arrows is again the same thing as Theft of Dreams. It's 2 colorless and a blue. It's a sorcery. Draw a card for each tapped creature target opponent controls.
Yep.
I think this is pretty good.
This is really good. I mean, as a follow-up to Cryptic, as like after somebody attacked you and you just want to recoup some cards. If you have some kind of like lockdown deck where all their stuff is coming into play tapped or just is tapped all the time, yeah, I mean, this is definitely playable in the right deck.
Yes, definitely. All right. Next one. Speaking of borrowing.
Yeah, this time we're borrowing wind.
Woohoo!
Borrowing the east wind to be specific. So, green X deals X damage to each player and each creature with horsemanship. So this is what, Hurricane, but for horsemanship?
Yeah, a hurricane of horsemanship, which essentially means like nothing, right? Like you're just dealing damage to players.
Yeah, this is just an X damage spell to everybody's face, including your own.
Yep.
So I don't think that this is good in almost every scenario.
I would say there are some niche scenarios where I want to deal direct damage in green, which is relatively rare.
But to everybody's face, including your own?
Yeah, I can see times, when you're like, I don't know, gaining some life and doing some stuff. Like, I have a deck that would want to do this.
Right.
For instance, like my Duran Big Butts deck, which usually uses a lot of, because most of the creatures have way more toughness and everything else. Like, I use a lot of pestilence effects in that deck.
Right.
To whittle down people's lives, and then I also get life back with, like, Trostani, for instance. Right. So I don't really care if I'm doing a lot of damage around the table, particularly to myself, because I'm whittling down everybody else's life total. So there are times when I would totally want this effect. So, I mean,
all right.
Also, what else are you going to do for direct damage in green? Like Stormseeker?
I mean, just not. Just don't. Just big creatures.
I mean, I guess, sure. Yeah. I don't know.
Because my big creatures don't hit me when I swing with them.
Good job. Yeah. I don't know. I like borrowing the East Wind. Maybe it doesn't fit in every deck, Maybe it doesn't have to, Adam. You ever think of that?
Maybe. I mean, but maybe it does.
So anyway, Brilliant Plan is an alright card, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it would be so actually playable, maybe, if it was an instant.
Yeah. I mean, can we not?
But otherwise, aren't we just in like harmonized territory, which is green, not even blue?
Yes, we are totally in like concentrate territory, which is one less and does the same thing.
Right? Yeah. I was trying to think of what the blue one was.
Yeah,
exactly the same. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just play that instead.
Yes, you just play that instead. The answer to Brilliant Plan is you play another card instead, which is very similar. So
right.
Yeah.
That's the Brilliant Plan.
Yes, Brilliant Plan. Play a different card. Yeah. All right.
Now
next
the
one
next
is
card
kind of
I
neat,
actually
though.
like a decent amount. Burning of Zinye is destroy 4 lands you control, then target opponent destroys 4 lands he or she controls. Then Burning of Zinye does 4 damage to each creature.
Kind of neat.
Yeah, it's not as good. Is this the same way that the other one works? Oh God, what's the non-portable one? Something fires.
something fires. So, I'll figure it out while you're doing this.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'm just saying, like, I can figure it out. But
yeah. So anyway, I mean, this card is all right. The real problem with this card is that it becomes because I think the other one that Mark is looking up right now hits everybody, and this only hits you and target opponent. So it does diminish its usefulness quite a bit because you're setting you and somebody else back 4 lands, but your other 2 opponents or whatever are not. So I'm not a huge fan of that unless you have some way to like, oh, okay, well, I sacrificed stuff so something bad happens to these other people. Or what is it? Not natural order. Nature's balance. Or some way to like recoup your lands a lot better than somebody else.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to find it. I cannot find the equivalent.
You can't find it? I'm gonna look for it now.
All right. Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I like Burning of Genie. It's kind of neat. I don't know, I don't know what the use case for it would be, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Like, maybe if I was playing fuck, man, I don't even know. Like, maybe the new Omnath deck?
It's not good. Wildfire is the other card.
Oh, yeah, okay. Why did I not remember that card? Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, each player sacks 4 lands. That's why. I was looking for Destroy, it was Sacrifice.
Like, Wildfire is just better in EDH.
Yes. Yeah, I can definitely see a use case for Wildfire.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to get salty because it's mass land destruction, but it's not like you destroyed all the lands. You're just kind of like setting it back a little bit. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be salty about mass land destruction unless I think like what my friend Shannon says, like, it's fine, blow up all the lands, but you better be able to win in the next turn or 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nobody wants an Armageddon and then everybody just sits there.
Yeah.
Yep. Like that's just dumb.
That is a bad way to play that card. Yeah. Yeah,
right.
So don't, we're anti...
If you win the game, then I don't care.
Yeah, we're anti-bad ways to play. So that's a strong stance we're taking in Commander Cast. Yeah, and the answer to Burning of Genie is probably just play Wildfire. But
yeah, most likely. Yeah,
just like the
next one is stupid expensive, but real good.
I mean, yes, but the answer is to not play this card, right? Unless you need another one like this, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, which you probably don't. I mean, there are plenty of other ones, but yeah.
Yeah, so Capture of Jingzhou is a 3 colorless, 2 blue sorcery. You take another turn after this one. That's it.
Yep.
Do you want to pay $360 to take another turn after this one? Is the question you really need to ask yourself.
Yeah, that's some money.
That's a lot.
There.
That's a lot right there.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do that. So
yeah,
if you really need it, just proxy it up. Or
Time Warp is like what, $20?
Not even. Time Warp just came out in that Explorers of Ixalan thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it can't be. It just got a reprint. It just got another reprint. So
yeah.
Time Warp is $10. So
yeah, okay, you play that instead.
Yeah, you save $350, and so
do anything else with that money? Pay bills.
Yeah, pretty much. What do you think? I mean, Imperial Seal is redonkulously expensive. That's easily the most expensive out of this deck, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this has to be the second most. I think
it's probably that would make sense.
Yeah, because Imperial Seal is 440.
Yeah.
444, so this is like number 2. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so maybe, just don't. Just don't. It's fine.
So, yeah, don't play that. So next one is Champion's Victory for a blue. It's an instant that says you have to play it at some point in time that it says you have to.
Yeah.
And return target attacking creature to owner's hand. Well, there's only one time you can play that, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's actually not bad. I mean, it's I guess what? It's a worse unsummon.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
So just play unsummon. This is kind of what we're getting down to at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just about to say for Coercion, which is the next one, like Coercions be reprinted like so many other times and so many other sets.
Right, yeah.
You just play, I mean, the Portal 3 Kingdoms one, if you want to keep if you wanted to keep the art going or something, is 85 cents, so it's not like you're going to break the bank
right.
here. That one's just look at opponent's hand, choose card from it, opponent discards that card. Like, I like
right.
Coercion, it's fine. It's not really a P3K one, so I'm going to skip over to the next one, which is redonkulously expensive.
It is, but it's awesome.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Control of the Court is 1 colorless and a red sorcery. Draw 4 cards, put them in your hand, and discard 3 cards at random from your hand.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's really good in red.
Yeah, there's another card that does this. Is it Goblin Lore? Because that just went up in price too. But there's another card that essentially does the same thing.
But that's not 4 cards, right? I thought that was 3.
Goblin Lore, draw 4 cards, discard 3 cards at random.
Okay, I'm stupid, so never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, but Goblin Lore is now like $13, which is obviously cheaper than the $220 of Control the Court. But yeah, very good cards, obviously. You know, red doesn't draw very well or even filter very well. And I wouldn't say this does a great job of filtering, but in the right decks, I mean, I play these types of cards. No, I don't have a Control the Court, but I play Goblin Lore in Felden.
Yeah, it's great in Felden. Yeah.
Right. You know, I play all kinds of effects at it. Like, I don't care. Discard whatever you want me to discard. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, because in that deck, it's just like any other... I mean, Felden plays a graveyard deck, right? Because your graveyard is essentially like an extension of your hand, so you don't really care. You're just trying to churn through your deck, you know? The only place you don't want things in Felden, aside from Exile, is like in your library. So...
Right, exactly. Yeah, so, I mean, it's fine, but...
Goblin Lore is the way to go.
I would definitely play Goblin Lore just because of the scarcity. If you have a Control the Court, I mean, it's a great card.
Yeah, maybe sell it and buy a copy of Goblin Lore and a bunch of other cool cards. So
yeah, I mean, there's that. You know? So next one is a Corrupt Court Official, just like a very, very like formal name.
Yes.
He's a Human Advisor 1/1 for 2. When he enters the battlefield, target player discards a card. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a rat.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Isn't there just some rat that does this?
There is. I mean, it's the same thing with the next one, right? Like, the next one, Council of Advisors, when it comes into play, you draw a card for 3.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
So you just move on to something else.
Let's go on to the next one. They're fine.
Yeah, and some of them, like, again, like, we can easily skip over them. So, like, Counterintelligence, I kind of like, because Counterintelligence does something a little bit different. It's 2 colorless and 2 blue sorcery. Return any 1 or 2 creatures to their owner's hands. So
yeah,
it's not much better.
It is.
Is this a functional reprint too?
It's a slightly different reprint of Undo.
Okay, I thought you were going to go for
Undo doesn't. What's that?
I thought you were going to go for like an Alexei Zephyr Mage thing because that kind of does the same thing, but
No, because Undo it costs less, but it's not up to 2, so you actually have to have both targets available.
Yeah, I mean,
whereas this one, if one goes away, then you're still fine.
I mean, there are. Let's see. I mean, you get that effect on like Essence Fracture, but it's one more, although it has cycling. You can get it for
Undo is one less.
Oh, really? Oh, what am I?
It's one blue. Yeah.
Oh, All right, I guess I'm. There are a number of cards that get increasingly expensive that do the exact same thing as this. Like Essence Fracture is 5, Floodwaters is 6, Hoverguard Sweepers is 8. Like, you're just
for 4, can't you just play?
Oh, Into the Void. There's another one. That one's just return up to 2 card creatures. That one's 4 though, so that's the same.
You
price.
can almost play a bounce all creatures to people to players' hands for 4, right?
Yeah,
like Engulf the Shores or something.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can just do way better. So
yeah,
Sea God's Revenge you can do up to 3, and you can scry. So
yeah. Next one is Cunning Advisor. He's a 4-mana 1/1. You can tap him to make somebody discard a card.
I've played him before.
He's a 4-mana 1. He should be a 2-mana.
Yeah, I mean I'm not arguing that, but yeah. Deception is the next one, which I kind of like. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
It's 61 cents, so I would do this. It's just target opponent discards 2 cards. So 2 colorless and a black sorcery.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So Mind Rot, right?
Yeah, Mind Rot. So the answer is you probably just play Mind Rot. But I mean, if you're gonna go for, I don't know.
I mean, whatever. If it costs 60-something cents, and you want a second Mind Rot effect, then yeah.
Yeah. So, what do we got next, Adam?
Next one is Desert Sandstorm. 3 mana to do 1 damage to each creature.
Oh boy!
Next.
All right. Eightfold Maze. Eightfold Maze is destroy target attacking creature for 3. It's sorcery speed, but of course you can only play it at certain times. So, cast Eightfold Maze only during the declare attacker step, and only if you've been attacked this step.
I'm actually okay with that one. That's playable.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a thing. That's a weirdly defensive white card. So, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, white has a lot of, destroy target creature attacking you this turn or something like that.
It does. Yeah, so if you're in the market for another one. But I mean, my point was that it's not, I don't think we need to spend a lot of time talking about it. Yeah. Okay.
Next one is Empty City Ruse. And it's 1 white for target opponent skips all combat phases of his or her next turn. Yeah, so can't attack. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's it's what? What is is it Orm's Chant? That's almost but better?
Or I think it's Orm's Chant.
Orm's Chant, yeah.
Yeah, which is just better. So
yeah, you just play that instead.
Yeah. Oddly more expensive.
Short version of what we're saying right now.
Yeah. Next one. I don't think this one has a comparable other card. Eunuch's Intrigues is 2 colorless and a red. It's a sorcery. Target opponent chooses a creature he or she controls. Other creatures he or she controls can't block this turn. I don't think there's another one that is like this. So I mean I could be wrong, but that seems unique enough. Like, opponent chooses which creature blocks. I don't even know how I'd search that one out to figure this out. But this one is kind of neat. Like, I think I like the weird, like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't type choices. Right. So like
I think that's fine to play. Like, if you just want something as like a, it feels good in something like a goblin deck, right?
Sure. Yeah. Or something that
you can block with your biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of my stuff is effectively unblockable, so...
Yep.
Unless that one thing is a 100-handed one, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of neat. I dig it. Or something like if you were going to get some kind of bonus from a combat damage step or something,
Right.
It's pretty neat. It's also like, it's 360, So $3.60. I should clarify because we're in Portal 3 Kingdoms. So
that's true. Actually, it could be $360.
It's not Capture of Jingzhou. It is $3.68 currently. So yeah, kind of neat. Next one.
The next one is Exhaustion, which has been printed in plenty of other sets before, and it's basically just creatures and land. It's essentially people skip their untap phase, or target player skips their untap phase.
Maybe useful. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it in some control decks, but it's not usually that exciting.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is actually real good.
It is real good. It is also, I prefer the much cheaper versions, but yeah.
I mean, it's only $10 though.
That's way more expensive than the other ones that do the same thing. So
I agree, but if you needed another effect of this sort, it's not that bad for
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to go with you on that. Are we gonna read? Are we gonna read the card? So
wait.
We didn't read the card. It just returns.
Yeah, but who's reading it?
Oh, I thought it was you. That's why I was. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's you return target. Yeah, it's just you return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's all.
Yep, in white.
Yeah, in white.
It's what, Resurrection?
Oh god, what is it? It's not Resurrection exactly. Breath of Life. That's exactly what it is. Because Resurrection is 2 colorless and 2 white. So this is just Breath of Life. So which was in the starter set and in Portal. So which is probably why it got reprinted here. I'll take the next one because I got it up.
Okay.
False Morning. False Morning is just regrowth. So don't pay $6.
It's not.
But what do you mean it's not? Target card from your graveyard? Oh, on top of your library. My bad. So
it's not it costs one less than regrowth. There is another card that does this. There's the Noxious Revival, which basically does this for the Phyrexian mana. Mm-hmm. Phyrexian green mana, but I think there is a just green card that does this also.
Yeah, you're right. I forget which one.
Okay, but
yeah, it's a one-time Hu-Tao for any card.
Right.
So
there you go.
Woohoo.
Next one is Famine. So 5 mana to deal 3 damage to each creature and each player.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad for like a mini board wipe. I mean, it's more or less like a Toxic Deluge for 3, but it costs 5 mana. I actually can't justify this card. It's not good.
Yeah. I'm
play Pestilence.
Yeah, just play Pestilence. Yeah. Next one I'm going to skip over real quick because it's not that good. Flanking Troops. Which you would be forgiven for thinking it had flanking, but this is before flanking was a thing, I believe.
Right.
So flanking troops is just whenever it attacks, you tap target creature. It's not very good. So I'll skip over to Forced Retreat, which is also not really good, but Forced Retreat is just put target creature on top of its owner's library for 2 and a blue in sorcery speed. The most I can say about this...
Bad.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised this doesn't have the declare before attackers caveat on it.
That would make sense.
I'm honestly surprised that does not have that. So, what do you got next?
You got a functional reprint. Ghostly Visit is basically Dark Banishing, except for it doesn't say bury.
Ooh,
so they can regenerate from it.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next one does have a functional reprint somewhere, and I'm forgetting what it is. But it's also got a pretty dope name. So Guan Yu's Thousand Li March is 4 colorless and 2 white. Destroy all tap creatures at sorcery speed.
Yep. That's totally playable.
Yeah, totally is. Set for $17, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not like horrible. It's not great, but
yeah, it's sorcery. If it was at instant speed, I would do it. You know, shocker.
Righteous Fury does the same thing.
Yes, yeah, and that was in starter.
Except for you gain 2 life. Does this one gain 2 life? No,
it does.
Righteous Fury gains you 2 life for each creature destroyed that way.
So Righteous Fury is just better.
And then Sunblast Angel does it,
which I like. Sunblast Angel a lot. So
I think Sunblast Angel is fine. A lot of people are pretty down on it because it doesn't actually board wipe everything every time. But I don't know. I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I like it. I think they've printed better versions of that, but I still dig it. So, next one,
next one is
I like this card.
Hunting Cheetah.
Yeah,
it's a 2/3 for 3, and when it deals damage to an opponent, you can search your library for a forest card and put it into your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
not the worst. If I was playing a kitty cat deck, it's a little bit of ramp.
A little bit of ramp in your kitty cat deck. It's that. Was it something root-bound centaur? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, which is fine.
I don't know if that one puts it into play or into hand, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think it does put it into hand. Good point.
Yeah.
So that justifies the $27.
Yeah. So the next one,
Imperial Edict.
Yeah. What do you got? I skipped ahead.
Oh, I was going to read Imperial Edict because it's not. No,
go for it.
It's not as good as the other ones. So, Imperial Edict, target opponent chooses a creature he or she controls and destroy it. It's just an edict effect.
Right.
So just play Diabolic Edict probably. Although I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Yeah.
It is the same thing. I wonder which is cheaper because Diabolic Edict was getting up there last time I saw. So.
Oh, you know what though? This is strictly worse than Diabolic Edict.
Why is that?
Because it says destroy it, even in the Oracle. They don't sack it. So if it's indestructible, they can just...
Yeah, you're right.
Because there are two different sentences. They can choose an indestructible creature and then try to resolve the destroy it, and it doesn't work.
That is not good. Yeah, I definitely go for Cruel Edict over that then.
Yeah.
Or Chainer's Edict, which is even better. So.
Yeah, Chainer's Edict is fine. Yeah.
So you want to read the super expensive one? Oh wait, no, you're reading the almost super expensive one. The super expensive one is on me. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Imperial Recruiter is a 3-mana 1/1 in red, and when he enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a creature card with power no greater than 2, and put it in your hand.
Yeah.
This is real good. I mean, it's a tutor in red, and it tutors things. 2 or less seems pretty bad, but there's a lot of stuff that this gets. I mean, it grabs Karmic Guide, and then you just go into a loop with that and the Revelark that's already in your graveyard and stuff. I mean, there's a lot that this thing can do.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It is not quite as good a tutor as the next card.
Also true. Yeah. So Imperial Seal for 1 black. Search your library for any 1 card, shuffle your library, put that card on top of it, you lose 2 life. That seems okay.
Right.
I don't know, we'll put that in the marginally playable category.
Well, I mean, it's weird how expensive this is considering that this is just a worse Vampiric Tutor.
Worse than that it puts it on top of your library?
Vampiric Tutor puts it on top of your library.
So what's
Vampiric Tutor is an instant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is sorcery. My bad.
Right.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean, now, is it bad? No.
Yeah, no.
It's definitely not bad. But, I mean, when you have the option of playing Vampiric Tutor, I don't necessarily think that you need Imperial Seal on top of that. Again, if you happen to have an Imperial Seal because you played back then and somehow got a hold of Portal, great. But, yeah, it's not so good that it's worth $500 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, particularly because, I mean, you could literally spend 1/10 of that and get a Vampiric Tutor, and then with the $400 go do something else with your life. So
yeah.
So probably don't play Imperial Seal unless you're just one of those people who just wants to, I don't know, show off the bling. So.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you got them, smoke them, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I think this is a good time to just kind of blow over Lone Wolf then.
Yeah, I think so. We can go straight to Loyal Retainers.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Loyal Retainers is 2 and a white for a 1/1. It says sacrifice Loyal Retainers, return target legendary creature card from graveyard to the battlefield, and then it's the weird to activate it before attackers. So pre-combat main.
Yeah, buddy, you can't just do these effects anytime you want, Adam. All right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
You think you're from?
This basically says pay 3 mana, put Elish Norn back into play, and then go to attack.
Yeah. So
okay. I mean, yeah, it's real good. This obviously shines most in something like a Cisse deck.
Yep.
Yeah, where you have tons of legendary targets.
Yep.
But
I mean, you could also play it.
I mean, it's good in anything.
Yeah. It's real good. So, well, I shouldn't say real
for
good.
24 cents, like, I would say invest your quarters there.
Sure.
Pick up 1 or 2.
Yeah. Next one is actually better than its functional reprint. This is one of the rare times. This is better than the almost exact same card in Portal. So, okay. Marshalling the Troops is a 1 colorless and a green sorcery. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control. You gain 4 life for each creature tapped this way.
Yeah.
It is a functional reprint of Harmony of Nature, but for one less, because Harmony of Nature is 2 colorless and a green.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is actually really interesting, shockingly, because this is one of the times where this is better than the thing that came out just before it. So,
and the other one is not an instant or anything?
No, it's just a sorcerer. It's...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, just slightly better. Okay.
So, yeah, look at that. You got an upgrade. Look at that.
Yeah,
Three Kingdoms.
Not like an amazing effect, but, if you're getting a little low on life and, people don't have huge boards and you got a few tokens laying around, why not?
Yeah, it's a thing. So, what do you got next?
So next one is Misfortune's Gain. For 3 and a white, a sorcery that says destroy target creature, and that creature's owner gains 4 life.
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, it's a really expensive murder.
It's a very expensive murder. Maybe just play murder. So
yeah, it's not even very it's 4, I guess. I mean, but it's no.
Yeah, you should probably just do that. So, speaking of very expensive cards, Overwhelming Forces. Overwhelming Forces. You just is a 6 colorless.
Oh yeah,
and 2 black. I like this card though. 6 colorless and 2 black. Destroy all creatures target opponent controls. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. So
again, you have the same problem that we had with the Burning of Xinye.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I like this card. It's just better in oh Christ, what's the other one? But it destroys all creatures.
Decree of Pain.
Yeah, Decree of Pain. Like you probably just played Decree of Pain, but hear me out. All right. Yeah. So it's 8 mana. But when's the last time you couldn't generate 8 mana way before turn 8 in a mono black deck? Right? Or just a deck that runs black. Okay.
Yeah.
And the Judge Gift version is only $13.
Right, but Decree of Pain literally does all that stuff, plus it has cycling, plus it's way less.
But you have to... Decree of Pain destroys your creatures, too.
That's true, and I draw a whole lot of cards.
That is true, yes. So you do, almost by definition, draw more cards with Decree of Pain. The use case is you play Decree of Pain, right? Like, you would almost always do it. But if you wanted a one-sided effect, you could do worse than a Plague Wind.
But I don't want to pay the same amount for a one-sided.
Look, man, it's Portal 3 Kingdoms. Like, come on. We got to give a curve here a little bit. So, yeah, I would like to pay less than this. I think you could probably do... I don't know, though. Like, this is still a really powerful effect. Like, you're destroying... It's a one-sided board wipe, and you draw a card for each creature you destroy.
Your offering has not enticed me.
But what would you pay for that? What would you cost? I
actually have no idea. To destroy one player's creatures? I don't actually think I would play that card. It just seems too mean in multiplayer. Like, hey, I hate you specifically. You. Got it? I don't like you. Get out of here.
Yeah. I would totally play this, because I would just look at the token player and I would just I would lap up his tears, and I would turn his tears into cards, and I would like it. So
yeah, I don't know. This seems like if somebody plays Burning of Xinye and hits somebody, and then you play that against the same person. It's a lot like the Cantina scene in Star Wars, where it's like, he said he doesn't like you.
Yeah,
I don't like you either.
It's pretty good.
Get out.
We should do like the antisocial deck one day. Yeah. Just the way to hate on one person. We're such fucking bullies.
Yeah, I don't like it. I would rather play Decree of Pain for a variety of reasons.
Sure, fine, all right, Mr. No Fun. So what's the next one you got?
Yeah, Rally the Troops. Pretty stupid. Untap all your creatures for 1 white, instant speed.
Okay.
Go.
I would play that card. I haven't played that card. I have considered playing that card. So
there's one in green, I think, Vitalize, right?
Yeah. I would play it. Like I have a blue-white Merfolk deck that does tapping and untapping shenanigans. Like I would put it in that deck just to give it a shot. Probably wouldn't be great, but sure. Yeah. So what else you got?
Next one is Ravages of War. Now this one. Yeah. Now we're talking. Okay.
All right.
Ravages of War is a functional reprint of Armageddon.
Yeah,
that's it.
How much would you rather pay for Armageddon, money wise? Because this is the question.
How much would I rather pay?
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to just pay a regular Armageddon price. Would you like to pay an extravagantly, like a multiple of that price?
Oh, absolutely. At least 7 times as much.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's worth it.
Yeah.
I guess if
I do want 2 Armageddons. So.
I do like 2 Armageddons. So, yeah. In white.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, whatever. If you like Armageddon, Ravages of War, you like that card too.
Yeah. Significantly less good. Ravaging Horde. 3 colorless, 2 red. When Ravaging Horde comes into play, you destroy a land.
Destroy a land?
Just a land. So, any land.
That's not the worst, honestly. Like
3/3 for 5, destroy a land. Yeah.
I play. Oh God, there's a red card that does this, but it has Echo.
Oh, Avalanche Riders.
Yeah, Avalanche Riders. Right.
Yep.
I play that in Felden.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's way better to play in Felden because then you get to play them again.
Right. I mean, but this wouldn't be bad either. I mean, you get them out for the same amount of,
Sure.
Yes, this is $13, but
Yeah,
ignore that part.
Yeah. What do you got next? Which is just
next is Relentless Assault, which is just straight out reprint. Untap all your creatures, you get an additional combat step for 2 and 2 red, which is fine. I mean, there's lots of these effects now. There obviously used to be. I remember when Relentless Assault came out, and everybody's mind was blown. That seems. Oh my god! Yeah. There's no way anybody could win against that card. You shortly thereafter find out you can totally win against that card, and they went on to print lots of other versions.
Yeah,
some of which are more busted than others.
Also true. Yeah.
All right. Then we have Return to Battle, which is basically just Raise Dead.
Yeah, not worth it.
Yep.
Yeah. Next card I like. I haven't decided how playable it is, but I like it. Riding Red Hair is a white card, strangely enough. 2 colorless and a white. It's a sorcery. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains Horsemanship until end of turn.
That's fine. I mean, if you're looking for some kind of combat trick, unblockable, you could play this and not feel bad about it in Rafiq.
Yes. I was thinking more if you're going to play it in oh god, Kidian, or
oh sure, yeah.
What's the 2/2 vanilla dog from Kamigawa?
Isamaru.
Yeah, Isamaru. I would play this in Isamaru.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Makes him big, makes him unblockable. That's fine. I mean, obviously, if it was an instant, it would be a no brainer. But
true. Yeah, you're telegraphing it. But then again, I mean, if you're playing Isamaru, I'm pretty sure people know what your game plan is. Yeah. The next one, however, is really, really cool. So
yeah, go for it. Take it away.
So Riding the Deluge Horse is a $100 card now. So yeah, fuck me when I was scoffing at this when it was $20 like last year. Riding the Deluge Horse is a 2 colorless and a green. It's a sorcery. Any 1 creature gets +2/+2 and gains Horsemanship, and it lasts indefinitely. Yeah,
that's the. I mean, this card is. Yeah, I mean it's $100, so it's a little ridiculous at this point, but. It is the single best creature buff spell ever.
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
It makes it just unblockable and makes it bigger for the rest of the game. What?
Yeah. Yeah. They're just what?
I will say that you want I really want the words in this to be rearranged. It should be Lou riding the horse D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Lou
riding the horse D.
Do we really need to make this any more... do we need to make the innuendo any more right there and in your face than it already is? Can you not...
I don't think I used the innuendo there. I think I just said what was happening.
That is true. That's right. Yeah. Riding the Deluge Horse, is just both the best creature buff spell in the game and the most blatant sexual euphemism. All in one. Just a nice little wrap up for $100.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's what you want.
I even like the art. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a cool card. I would love to see that because again, this isn't reserved list. There's no reason why you couldn't reprint this other than it is. I think this is actually probably one of the ones that's the least likely, even though it's the most wanted.
Why? Come on, it's
reprint.
It's a rare. It got reprinted in Masters Edition at Uncommon.
It's a sorcery that never goes away. Like, it's just weird. They're not going to reprint that, I don't think. But,
come on.
I would love to see it. I mean, that would be a great add to a commander deck.
This would be phenomenal if it got added to anything. Like
25 or something. I mean, that'd be great.
It's so cool. I mean, it's never going to see standard reprint ever again, so it has to be in a niche, right? It has to be in one of those niche products, like Commander Anthology, Commander 2018, some kind of other thing. Like, it's wicked cool. I would love to see a reprint of this. This is probably the one card that I want to see reprinted more than anything else out of Portal 3 Kingdoms, because everything else has an equivalent reprint somewhere, but this does not. This is a very unique ability. So I
agree. I mean, I would like to see this too. I just think it's very unlikely.
Sure. Yeah. It's totally unlikely, but yeah, I'd still like to see it. So anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the next one?
Next one is Rolling Earthquake. It's basically Earthquake, except for it hits each creature without horsemanship and each player. So it's the opposite, which is good because it actually makes it a more useful Earthquake.
Yeah, it's way more useful, and now it's not nearly as expensive. Flyers. Yes,
now it's not what?
It's not nearly as expensive either. So because it got reprinted from the vault.
Reprint,
yeah. In fact, I just picked this up. I picked up for some reason I picked up extra copies of this. I'm not sure why. I think I got excited because it was $6. So, but yeah, it's really, really good. Like I love this. I would play it over just regular Earthquake. Like
absolutely,
pretty much any time. Like it is just better than Earthquake. Yeah, it's really good. So I like it. If you're in the market for some damage based board wipes, hit up some Rolling Earthquake, man. This is one of my favorite cards out of this set.
Yes, it's very good. I mean, it was actually one of the like not exciting but better reprints out of From the Vault Annihilation.
Yes, because From the Vault Annihilation wasn't really that great. So
no, but I mean, but
that was very cool.
Because that was a $60 card.
Yes, and so it definitely did. It definitely did drop that down a bit. So.
Right. All right. What do you got up next?
Sage's Knowledge. Not so great. There's got to be a card that does this. I'm just not thinking of it off the top of my head. 2 colorless and a blue sorcery. Return any one sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I think there is just a better version. Mind, right? Yeah, it's just a worse Call to Mind because that's instant or sorcery. I think.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Come on, internet.
Yeah, this is Anarchist without a 2/2 body.
Yes, yeah, and Call to Mind is instant or sorcery. So the answer is to just play Call to Mind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not great, but I mean, if it's cheap. It's $1.50, and if you just need to keep getting the same things back over and over, then it'll do that.
All right. So what do you
got? Next one I have is Shoe General.
I actually play this card
of all of the cobbling.
Fuck! I didn't see that coming. God damn it!
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It went a real deep way to get there. Okay. Anyway, Shoe General is a 2/2 with vigilance and horsemanship, so he's a 2/2 unblockable. Like honestly, if you pick up a whole bunch of these like real cheap horsemanship dudes and just stuff a Voltron deck full of these and a whole bunch of equipments, I feel like you might just win.
Yeah, like there's worse things you could do. Like they're just
right.
Hard,
I mean,
yeah. I used to play Shoe General in a mono white soldier deck.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. He's unblockable. Like yeah. Like there's worse things you could do.
That will do. Yeah.
Now the next one I actually do like quite a bit, and this one's super cheap. So
yep.
Spoils of Victory is 2 colorless and green. It's a sorcery. It is ridiculously cheap. It's 30 cents because it got reprinted in Commander 2013. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp, mountain, or forest card and put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library.
Yep. And it puts it onto the battlefield untapped.
Yes. There you go. A good one.
Or at whatever state it would come into play. So if you grab a shock, then
sure. Yeah.
But yeah,
really good.
It's good. I play it.
Yeah, I play it too.
Yeah,
really good.
Especially if you've got like a 3 or 4 color deck and you really need to like fix your mana.
Yeah, And especially now that they've come out with those, multi-land, cards for a couple of sets now. They did it in Amonkhet too, and they did it in, one of the Eldrazi or Zendikar ones, so definitely worth it. Like, I like Spoils of Victory in a multicolored deck quite a bit.
Right.
So,
next one is Stone Catapult. The Stone Catapult is a human soldier. Okay. For 5. It's a 1/2, and you can tap it to destroy target tapped non-black creature that you can do during pre-combat main. So it's a very weird Royal Assassin.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because like the stats and rate are just really strange here. Like 5 mana for a 1/2 that's basically Royal Assassin, but at not completely instant speed.
Yeah. So not as good.
Yeah. No. Play Royal Assassin. It's better.
Yes, definitely. Hey, Adam, do you want to go through some real quick functional reprints? So,
yes.
Actually, not even functional reprints, because these are
one
just
of them is
reprints.
just a reprint.
Yeah. So Stone Rain has been printed in almost everything since Alpha.
Yep.
Just destroy target land. Strategic Planning just got reprinted. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one in your hand, rest in your graveyard. Fine for 2 mana. Sorcery.
Yep.
And then Taunting Challenge is the neat one that I want to talk about. So Taunting Challenge is 1 colorless and 2 green sorcery. All creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. So.
Yep.
It's not bad for $4.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, taunt effects that if you want to go to the Wayback Machine and play your, Basilisk decks or Cockatrice decks or whatever, then,
yeah,
just does it.
It's a thing. So, go for it. What do you got next, Adam?
I have 3 visits next. 3 visits is 1 in a green to search your library for a forest card and put that forest into play. This is also Nature's Lore?
Yeah.
Yeah. This really needs a reprint because, I would love to see this on a Commander deck or a Masters 25 or something like that, because this card is fantastic. Like, if I had access to 2 of these instead of just Nature's Lore, I would play it all the time, but it's $70.
Yeah. Yeah, which is funny because
it's not worth. I mean, a Nature's Lore is not worth $70. Like, I'm not it doesn't optimize my deck that much.
Yeah, also true. Speaking of which, I'm going to skip over Vengeance because Vengeance is just destroy target tap creature. It's been in a whole bunch of ones. Warrior's Oath is another one I want an extra version of, but I don't want to pay $57 for. So. 2 red sorcery, take another turn after this one. At the end of that turn, you lose the game. I do want to say the artwork is fucking dope as shit, though. Like, I really
it's
like
very
the artwork.
Comic booky.
It is, yeah. Like it's just
the way that his face is and everything. Like, it reminds me of some comic from the 80s or.
It reminds me of early. There was a. If I'm gonna make a Valiant reference, you're gonna get the Valiant reference though, right? Like Rye.
Yeah.
It reminds me of early Rye.
Okay.
Like that kind of thing. Like I was a super fan of Valiant, even though I am willing to admit all the faults of the Valiant comic lines.
Yeah.
But early Valiant, I was a real big fan of. Still to this day. So
no, you know what it actually strikes me as now that I'm looking at it? It strikes me as like a Super Nintendo cutscene.
Ooh, that's a good call.
Because there's 3 specific layers in the art, and I could see each one of them kind of like it's a static image, but those 3 layers are moving.
Like if the guys who made the old Ninja Gaiden made like a romance.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if that team did Romance of the Three Kingdoms and they had okay, I'm down with this.
100%.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. I mean, I like these effects too. I think we have plenty of them at this point that it's not I don't feel any drive to get this.
I mean, there's Final Fortune. There's another one there's a functional reprint of Final Fortune. So you have 2 at least, right?
Well, and then wasn't there one that came out in Amonkhet block too? It was
instead. It was like throwing a Minotaur down a hole. That's all I remember about that.
Exactly. I don't remember what the card is.
It's throwing a Minotaur down the hole. That's the name of the card.
That's the name of the card?
That's the name of the card.
I agree.
So, yeah. So, what's your next one?
Next one is Way Assassins. Human Soldier Assassin 3/2 for 3 black. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent chooses a creature he or she controls and destroys it. Again, this is one of those like weird edict cards.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, look, Chupa Puppy is just better, right?
I guess. I do have a fondness for this card. I think I played it once, and then I quickly realized there was just better things to do with my time. But
yeah, I mean, you just played Chupa Puppy.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. That seems not as fun, but...
Ravenous Chupa Puppy!
Sure, yeah, we'll do that. Next one, Way Night Riders. It's not what you're thinking. Unfortunately, Kit is not a part of this card.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
That would be fucking dope. Neither is David Hasselhoff, so it's blatantly lying to you on several levels. It's 2 colorless and 2 black. It's an unblockable discard mechanic, right? It's got horsemanship. Whenever Way Night Rider deals damage to an opponent, that player discards the card.
Which actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I prefer the Shadow Rats that do this, and every opponent discards a card. Like, that's just way better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's also 1 cheaper. So, I mean...
I also just realized we both went down the whole Knight Rider thing when they're definitely Knight Raiders, not Knight Rider.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it, I like mine better. So...
I mean, I agree.
I like my... Look, if I can call the other one throwing a Minotaur down the hole, I can take the A out of Way Night Raiders, right? Like, that's not so crazy.
You know what? I have nothing to respond to that.
Exactly. So I think we're good. Yeah, we could kind of talk about Wolfpack, because I think it's kind of neat. And, you know, I live in the Hartford area, so I feel like I
actually like this card and this effect a lot. It's what my Saskia deck is built around. The effect, not the card.
Yeah, I think it'd be way better if it was built around the card, but yeah, I like the effect too. So.
Yeah, so I mean, Wolfpack is really expensive as far as cost and money. It's 6 green for a 7/6, and it says you may have Wolfpack assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Yep. So I like these kind of things in Saskia because I can guarantee doming the extra player. You know, because I name you and I attack somebody else, and then I make sure that I hit both of you.
Yeah. You know,
I like it. It's not worth $40.
You know, it's funny that, like, did you not like Lone Wolf, which does the same thing, but is... I
think it was, like, too low of a power toughness to actually have an impact, right?
Yeah. I mean, Pride of Lions is dope, because Pride of Lions is like a 4/4 for 5, which does the same thing. Rocks does the same thing.
Wolf's a 2/2. I mean, what do you... Yeah, I play Rocks in there.
Spinebiter is the one that I really like. So
I play Spinebiter in there as well.
Yeah, and Spinebiter is wicked cool. Like Thorn Elemental, I could do that. Yep. Thorn Elemental is a 7/7. So
yeah,
that's just... I mean, you're getting the same thing for Wolfpack, but probably just place Thorn Elemental because it costs 1 less. 1 less, and it's 50 cents.
Yeah, I mean, now if I had, or if Wolfpack was $1, it would probably be in that deck.
Yeah, because this is actually, it's pretty rare. Like, that phrase, I don't know, according to good old magiccards.info, as though it weren't blocked. Or something. Yeah, there's like 10 cards to do that. So, now, I mean, there's other ways to get around blocking creatures, etc., but, like, that's a neat thing. So, I dig it. So, I just play Rocks in a deck before, you know? Yeah. That's the thing. 5/5 for 6.
Yeah.
Unblocked.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so we are at the end of our list. Mark, would you like to finish this off?
I would. Hey, Adam, how much do you like dragons that don't fly?
Yeah. They're usually not good. I call those worms.
Oh, how would you like to pay $275 for that?
Oh, clearly. Yeah.
I mean, that seems worth it, right? So,
I mean, I wouldn't pay $278 for it.
Well, let's not go crazy here, pal. All right. So Zodiac Dragon is the most overcosted dragon. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
In both mana cost and actual cost. It's 7 colorless and 2 red. It's a dragon. If Zodiac Dragon is put into your graveyard, you may return Zodiac Dragon to your hand, which is neat. Like, that's a neat effect. You can pay 9 again. You can pay 9 as many times as you would like. So, it's
I don't dislike this guy. It's just
I don't dislike him either. I just wish that you could move the decimal point to the left a little bit. So
yeah,
like even just one, like if it was $27.50.
If it was $27, I would not be upset about it. I'd be like, okay, yeah,
yeah. I don't know. It's kind of it's a thing. So it's funny because there's a whole range of Zodiac creatures in here, which makes sense because it's Portal 3 Kingdoms. You know,
nobody's gonna like get up in arms and like pay lots of money for the Zodiac rabbit.
that is true. Yeah, no one's gonna do any of those things. The Zodiac rat, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, shocker, I've never seen anyone play this one. I've never seen anyone really want to play this one. This would be cool if it got a reprint. How about that?
Yeah, it would.
I would like to see that.
I think this was mostly just a disappointment because, like, even if it, like, say you don't give it flying, give it trample, right? Because they couldn't give it flying because flying didn't exist in this set.
I don't think trample exists in this set either.
Shoot.
I don't think it does.
Well, then give it the lone wolf ability.
Yeah, right? Like, give it something. Give it...
Right. I mean, that exists in the set, so just give it the ability of it deals damage directly to the...
Sure, I get giving a dragon horsemanship is odd for reasons.
Yeah, you can't do that, and that's fine.
Sure. I don't know, can you? Can you not? Or what if you did?
What if you made the dragon ride the Dillu horse?
Oh, that's definitely a euphemism for something. So... That's like now we're mixing like drug euphemisms with our sex euphemisms, and we're just like I feel like I just walked down like the shady alley or something. Like I shouldn't be here. So I'm gonna walk that one back. But Zodiac Dragon.
That's what happens when you say Diagon Alley wrong.
Sure. Yeah, man. I don't know about Zodiac Dragon. So actually, I do know. I know I'm way too cheap to ever play Zodiac Dragon unless it gets a. No,
I would never play it unless
reprint.
it got a reprint. It was like $5, and then I would still have to question my life choices.
Yeah, because it goes. Yeah, just.
It's not very good. That's it.
It's not very good. No, it's not very good for $275. So
it's not very good for $5.
Yeah, that's the thing of it, isn't it? So
she's kind of a big dude.
He is kind of a big dude. I mean, I like 8/8s. 8/8s for 9. That's. How
about this? You could either play this or you could play Terastodon.
Well, no, I was going to say, don't you think the other one is oh shit, what's the thing from Kamigawa? The one that has the divinity counter on it. Like that's what the other version of this is. Yeah, it's one of the Myojin of Infinite Rage or something, I think.
Oh, I actually don't know what the red one does.
Come on. Yeah, Myojin of Infinite Rage. Sorry, Myojin of Infinite Rage is 10 and it's only a 7/4. But it's also fucking indestructible as long as you played it from your hand.
Right.
And you take off the divinity counter, it destroys all lands.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Myojin probably has a little bit on it. Also, Myojin's $1. So if you want a similar effect, not as good, we're not saying it's as good. I'm saying it's better, but it's whatever.
I was going to say, like, no, we're definitely saying it's better.
For $274 fewer dollars.
Yep.
Probably just go with Myojin, but then you don't get a cool dragon who doesn't fly.
Those are all correct statements.
That also seems like a bad strategic value too, because if you saw, first of all, if I saw a dragon walking down the street, I'm definitely going to walk the other way. But also, like, you're seeing that from a long way away.
That's racist.
So a dragon. So,
I'm just saying, like, I mean, you just gonna walk away just because he's a dragon?
I think it's speciesist.
Dragons are people too.
They're not. Yeah. So, that's fine. Unless they're dragonborn, and then they shout.
Ooh, see?
So, but in which case, he's just gonna blow me down the street anyway. He's gonna do a fucking, I don't know.
You don't know his life. He might like humans.
He's an 8/8, man. He's obviously used to dying because he comes back all the fucking time. So, I don't know. I wouldn't like it either. How long can we drag out the Zodiac Dragon talk?
I don't know, man. Like it's going.
We're hitting it. All right, let's just go to the outro before we just we lose all our listeners. So, outro it is. Woohoo! I'm gonna ride a dragon to get there, but it's not gonna fly.
Like Never-Ending Story. Oh, but no flying.
No, and he's a luck dragon. So
yeah.
Yeah, outro.
Never-ending story.
Ooh, or maybe never do that. How about that? Maybe, yeah. That's not where I thought that was going, and I'm uncomfortable now. I'm so uncomfortable. Let's talk about more riding the Deluge horse metaphors. All right? I'm way more comfortable with that than
I want to sing Kajagoogoo.
Yeah, all right, whoa. Outro it is. Woo! And in this week, folks, we just need to end this right now. We just need to stop. So, Adam, if people want to talk to you about their P3K love, we're gonna hit you up.
Yeah, definitely hit me up on Twitter at Squire9999 or at the Trinosphere.
Sweet. And folks, if you want to blow up the CommanderCast feed here, you can hit us up at commandercast@gmail.com or on Twitter at CommanderCast, or you can try our Facebook page too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Post the interesting things you've done with Zodiac Dragon. That also sounds like a weird euphemism now. Now I've made myself... I
think I should go back to singing this song.
I've made myself so uncomfortable. This is not where I saw this ending today, Adam. We need to stop. So a big thanks to everyone here at the CommanderCast Network. We'll see you next week with more community strategy and technology and hopefully fewer sexual euphemisms. Until then, let's get it.